Come and jump in the ride, hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you gotta say, and nobody blinks an eye. You on the long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts. You on the long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts. At the bus stop and whatnot with some blunts in my lunchbox. Enough stock to last the whole show. Got a whole packed road. The place about to go, better keep your glass cold. I jump in, meet my other friends. Big respect, gotta show love to them. You wouldn't believe who the bumping in. Why you looking like that? You coming in? Anyway, this is Matt, that's Steve. What a rich dandy. There's Jason, there's Robin, that's the other Steve. This the whole damn team, the whole stampede. Welcome to the show. Go ahead and speak. Make yourself at home. Here, take a seat. Let your mind free. Hit a little tree. Take a little drink. Whatever you need. Whatever you need. Jump in the ride. Hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you...
Welcome to the show, fellas. This is show 53. We're going to get the business out of the way. Like, share, subscribe. Like to thank our sponsor, Habits Glass and Goodies. 3 locations here in Omaha. We got one on 84th and J. We got one on 101st and Maple, and one over in the Florence neighborhood off of North 30th.
Be a creature of habits.
Be a creature of habits. So what we got today is we got Danny and we got Eddie North.
Yo, what's up?
I'm gonna hit you with the applause.
Yeah. Thank you. That's nice, man. Much appreciated.
Well, thanks for bringing the applause section. You know, we don't clap for ourselves.
Something like it. Y'all should, man.
Maybe we should.
Something dope over here.
So welcome to the show, man. We're just gonna start off with some basic questions here, and we'll get into some real stuff. How old are you?
25. I just turned 25.
Man,
Wow. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm 18 years older than you.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. So good for you though, man. You still got a lot of life left,
Thank
and you could do a lot of cool shit being, still only 25.
you. Yeah.
You native to Nebraska?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Born and raised Omaha, north side of Omaha.
All right. You ever do any moving around or just been here the whole time?
Other than ripping and running through North Omaha.
All
No.
right. There ain't nothing wrong. I mean, I did a couple years in Arizona and 6 months or something in Florida. Ended up right back here though.
Okay.
Are you full-time music? Are you working too?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. That's hey.
Mostly full-time music because I just invest so much of my time into it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
This takes up a ton of my time, but it's a project of love, and we're having fun and getting the boys together and stuff.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. So, where do you think your love of music came from? Was it your parents, playing music, or, was it just something you fell into?
I guess it's just something I fell into. Like, it started off with I just love to listen to it. I grew up into like hearing hip hop all the time, or having family that work in it. So my dad used to be a bodyguard for like a lot of like famous people whenever they came by.
Okay.
And well, that's what I was told. I'm not really too sure if it's true, but and he was also a promoter. And my brother, he used to do music. He's been in the music scene here for a while. And,
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of grew up like watching hip hop all the time. I just loved it. Just fell in love with music. Not even just hip hop, just music in general.
Yeah.
From rock to classic R&B, 90s R&B. I just fell in love with it. I didn't fall in love to like making music till I was like 22.
Okay. So
like 16, 17.
So you've been in really making the music for about 3 years now?
Yeah, on a serious level.
Okay.
Yeah, like for like 3.
All right. Were you doing any writing and stuff before that, or just playing around with it?
Yeah, I was in a poetry class when I was like 13 or like 12, I think. By my English teacher, she put me in she noticed my vocabulary was kind of high and I had a temper. So she said, no, you got to air that out. And I was in a poetry class up until senior year of high school.
Okay.
So, and at that time, I was in a rap group all through high school. We was all dropping music through SoundCloud, doing we almost ended up opening for a few performers, like famous people, but never really came to fruition. And I was just in a group for a long time, and then I just fell in love with creating music. It was just being artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, you about 3 months ago, you
Mhm.
dropped Hell of a Life.
yeah.
And, where did you come up with the album title for that?
It started off as it, it started off as a concept of like basically my generation, because that's not even the original name. The original name was like, it started off with 90 miles per hour, then I was like, I don't like it, and then I did Heaven on Earth, Hell of a Life, and I was just like, I want to do something based on duality and something that that can touch bases on everything, and also it's a play on words of the Omaha slogan of the good life.
Yeah.
So I did Heaven on Earth, Hell of a Life. I was living with that for like about a couple of months, and I was just like, nah, it's too long. And I wanted to go with the duality base. So you can say Hell of a Life two different ways. It can be bad or it can be good. So
I was talking with my wife about it this morning
yeah,
about the album. The artists we've come across here are always so creative, and the Hell of a Life could be, man, it's been a hell
yeah,
of a life. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so I like the creativity in that, in the way that you were putting that together, and then kind of incorporating the Nebraska slogan. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's a good life. So
Yeah,
it's a hell of a life, especially being here in my generation. Like it's crazy. It could be bad. It could be good. It's just crazy. So
yeah,
I just wanted to spit that all into 12 songs. I think
yeah.
12. Yeah, 12 songs.
Well, being the older guys, we're always looking at the younger generation and trying to see what y'all are doing, hoping we can try to still keep up.
Oh, y'all can't.
Right? He's a junkie.
Oh, y'all can't. Y'all doing it.
When you're writing and stuff like that, where are you getting your inspiration from?
Life and what I feel. So with Hell of a Life, I didn't write no songs just to write them. Like I wasn't writing for fun. If I felt an emotion, I put it on paper. If I felt depressed, I put it on paper. If I felt happy, I put it on paper. If I felt cocky, I put it on paper. If I feel like I'm the shit, and I have to feel it 1,000 times, I put it on paper. Like, and sometimes I'll go months without writing or feeling anything.
Yeah.
Until something pisses me off or something like makes me feel inspired, I do it. Or I hear a story about something that happened, and I do like, let's try to tell that story. You know what I mean?
So pen to paper is sort of a way for you to get things out.
Yeah, it's like my therapist.
I love that.
Yeah,
Some people it's the gym, some people it's the notepad.
right.
I probably need to come up with a more creative way to get things out, but
You're doing it. This is it.
but yeah, that's what are you doing for fun?
The gym. I go to like this boxing place with my homie. He's a boxer. I just go there, exercise. Sometimes I be on the game. Pretty much, I'm used to be a big gamer before I wanted to do rap. I was trying to be like a Twitch streamer for a
Okay.
second.
Yeah. My oldest son had wanted to be that, but then he found football and found out he's good at football. So he don't even want to touch video games at this point. And I'm like, man, what happened to playing games with dad?
So yeah, I used to be a real big gamer. I still kind of am. Then I'm a gym head too, so I'm constantly trying to stay fit. Being on stage ain't easy. You gotta get some. Gotta make sure you're still limber. You
Yeah.
don't want to be on the stage tired.
You gotta
Yeah.
move around and stuff.
Yeah, and I like to jump when I'm on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like to get into it, man.
Right, yeah, and I like to jump around and shit. Like I like being in the crowd. And
Yeah,
Being in front of people's face.
you don't feel the energy from the crowd if you don't do that.
yeah, if I don't do it, then they ain't.
If you don't put out energy, they don't put out energy, right?
For sure. Yeah. All that's love is gotta go into. You know what I mean? But yeah.
That's what's up. What are three? So if I was a new person listening to you,
Mm.
and you had to give me three of your songs to like say, this is me,
What would those songs be?
what would those songs be?
I'm gonna say Last Man Standing for sure.
Okay.
Damn. Soul Food.
I do love soul food.
And then depends how I'm feeling. I'm gonna go with probably New Prima Donna for sure.
Okay. I don't know if I've heard that one.
Yeah,
I'll have
it's
to
on-
look into that one after this.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
It's on Hell of a Life. I think it's like track 4.
Okay. As a Omaha artist,
Mhm.
who are some artists that you think are dope that you have worked with, and then worldwide, some two artists that are you would love to work with?
From Omaha.
Well, you can do who you have worked with that was dope from Omaha, and then because you kind of said you hadn't really traveled a bunch yet, but and then worldwide, who would you love to work with? I mean, big name, small name, whatever.
It's your dream.
I'm gonna start worldwide because it's a little easier.
Yep.
J. Cole for sure,
Okay.
big inspiration. I'm gonna do Kendrick. I'm gonna add 2 more. Is that cool?
That's
Just
good.
bonus ones.
Yeah.
Smino and Denzel Curry.
Okay.
I would love to work with them.
All right.
And then locally, you said 5. There's a lot, man.
2.
Two would be. Give me two's good. Give me 2 people you
I
work
can
with
give
that are
5.
fire. So
5.
give me 5 that are fire. Yeah.
Fire. C10. I always want to work with C10.
Dope.
And I know him. You know what I mean? That's the homie. I know I really want to do a song with Lipo. Got a lot of love for Lipo. Plus,
Alright.
he saw me before I even took rap serious. Like, he had a high school program that he was just coming to high schools and just talking to the artists or like the kids that make music there. And I was one of the kids, so I met him real early, then like before I even started anything. So
That's cool.
yeah, and plus he knew my brother, and they're real close. Like I said, my brother used to do music. Another one. Shout out to my boy Young OT and the people that was in my rap group, Young OT and Pops for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna count that as one. Then the last 2 would be who I worked with. Jay Influential, Automatic.
You had the song. It's not like that. They not like.
Not like me.
Yes,
Yeah.
that shit was dope with him.
Thank you. Yeah, I knew Jay since like 2nd grade, so I
Yep.
made him go back.
We had him on the schedule for a minute, and we missed. He had a birthday party or something come up. We're gonna get him back, but
Shouts out to him. That's like my brother. Who else? I'm going to say one. I'll say one more. Who did I say? Yada, for sure.
okay,
Yada, man. My guy.
that's what's up. So when you were putting Hello Life together,
Yeah.
I had watched a little bit of Bobo the Bread Boy. Shout out Bread Boy. Watched a little bit of his podcast. You had put 70 something songs together for that album. Or was it 40
It
something?
was like
songs?
42 to be exact, or 43. It was a lot.
And
That's
then-
a lot.
and then broke it down to 11.
11, yep, 11. Yeah, broke it all down to 11. So I started the concept stages of it 2022, right after I dropped Inside the Mirror, and I performed a demo song out in, where was I? Council Bluffs. And that was like one of like the 10 songs I worked on at the time. And I showed one of the bigger homies. He ain't a big homie, but like he's a good, he helps me out a lot. Just with advice. I don't know if you know who DJ Head is.
I've heard the name, but I don't know who he is.
Yeah, he was involved with the Kendrick and Drake beef a little bit, and he's West Coast heavy. So he's real tied in with like any West Coast shit that goes on out there. And he just said the first sound of Hell of a Life was that wasn't it. It was like, nah, like make it work on some stuff like what's going on. I just told him what I was going through. He said, bro, what you want to do first is like live life and then come back to it. And live life, experience stuff, just let it all out, take it all in, and come back to it. And 6 months later, I was secretly working on songs during that 6-month hiatus from like December to when was it, July or May, and I was just recording songs back to back to back to back, going to the studio back to back to back, not posting nothing at all, just staying real ducked off, living life and just writing constantly. Then I had a eureka moment with Get Lost, and then I was like, this might be a good song to just finally put out. Then I slapped that on YouTube. It was running up numbers at some point, and then I felt like I got the groove to like, okay, like I think I know what I want to do here.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it was like by the time I finished, which was I finished it in September of 2024. So it took me like 2 years to make it. And I was just like, yeah, you know what? I think it totaled up to like 42 or 43, something like that. So yeah, it was a lot.
Well, that's a lot of work, but I mean, to break it down to 11 songs, but it shows that you're really being choosy about what makes it out there. You know what I mean? And what you're.
Yeah, I'm real picky. I don't like dropping stuff just to drop. Like
Yeah.
real peculiar and real particular on when I want to drop why, what am I talking about, what's the atmosphere of the culture right now, then I do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I got a question I've never asked anybody before, but those songs that didn't make the cut this time,
Mhm.
do you ever revisit them and look at them differently,
Sometimes
or
it
do you
depends.
just are they gone?
There's a few of them I've been gone.
I get that. I get that.
It's like, nah, ain't it. But some of them I might revisit later. Like maybe I won't bring the literal song onto another project. Like
Right.
I'll think of the topic, like that's real interesting.
Yeah.
And if it still correlates, I'll be like, okay, let's drag it to here. Like it might tie into the story here. So you know what I mean? Maybe. Who knows? There's a lot of songs.
But you don't trash everything.
No, I don't trash everything. No. Like if I think it's art, then cool. But if I think it's art, I'll put it out.
Yeah.
Like good art never dies. So it's like put it out. And so
Truth.
why not?
Truth. And I mean, it sounds like you're doing a lot of the music for you,
Mhm.
but still keeping the consumer in mind. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
getting your trash out of you. You know what I mean? As far as getting out the things that you need to, putting them on paper, and but still being selective on what you're giving to us. And
Yeah, because some people might relate to it, some people might not.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I think I recorded a song called what song was that? I think it was Last Man Standing or Amber's Text, and people were just like reaching out to me about it, and I was like, man, I wrote Last Man Standing off of a feeling like I'm the last one who has a bit of a dream, like I'm the last one out of like my friend groups who has something to fight for, like you know what I mean, to prove something, to bring something to the table, you know what I mean, like you know how it is when you work so hard at something you love, and you start to realize like, damn, life is kicking my ass. So it's like, am I about to throw this away to survive or keep fighting to live more doing what I love? You know what I mean?
100%. And that that separates the real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People sometimes is still buckling down and trying to get through what you got to, and there've been a couple times where I'm like, man, I need to just get back to work full time. Sometimes, you know what I mean? And but also, man, I'm not trying to not make it on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like kid, you would be disappointed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I got my kids looking at me too, and
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's a different level, I guess, at that point too. When the kids are watching, you can't just, and my 8-year-old, he wants to come. He's like, I want to come do some podcasts with you sometime, and
that's dope. That's
man, as a
beautiful.
dad, that's what all you want is your kids to try to link up with the things you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope. That's crazy. That's beautiful as hell.
Yeah.
Congrats.
You got any kids yourself?
Nope.
Hey, good for you.
Uh,
No rush.
no rush at
No,
all.
definitely no.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up being 60 before my youngest is out of high school. I got 4 kids, but I also got a freshman in high school too. So I mean, I gotta stretch. The kids are the best thing that ever happened to you, man. But it changes life. You know what I mean? It slows you down, and the
Right.
trips to out of state to do music and stuff become harder.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, take your time there, and yeah.
That's something you don't want to rush.
Yeah, right. I don't want to rush that at all, man.
Yeah. So are you working on new music currently?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, but it's going to be out there a little ways. I mean, know this
Yeah.
one. I mean, you were what, 3 months ago? You dropped a hell of a life, and
Mhm.
took you 2 years to put that together. So
Yeah, I'm trying to fix the whole consistency. But a lot of people tell me I'm real consistent. I'll be looking at them like, what do you mean? Like, I don't drop that often. But no, I am working on a music video right now, and writing a little script. So it's going to be like a little mini movie before the song kicks on. So,
all right.
So I've been doing a lot of stuff.
cool.
That's a little Easter egg for a lot of people.
So another one of your songs that I haven't been able to find. I've been YouTube is my main thing, and I hadn't gone to like Spotify to really look. But Amber's Text.
Mhm.
Everybody keeps telling me I need to listen to it, and I haven't been able to find it. What's going on with that song?
It's a deeper song. It's written from a perspective of a girl who took her own life,
Okay.
pretty much. So it's written from a perspective of someone who gone through something, and a lot of people don't see it. They don't see what's going on through the surface world. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's just written kind of like the main song that inspired it, other than like real events that I've heard, um, but one of the songs that like helped me out write it creatively was "Stand" by Eminem.
Okay.
So "Stand" and what's another song? Uh, what's it called? It's by Kendrick. Um,
Sing About Me.
no, not that. Not "Sing About Me." It's on the album before that. It's on Section 80. Uh, damn, but it's one of them songs. And it's written from the perspective of a girl who took her own life, texting someone like the last goodbye text, like
Yeah.
telling everything. Like this text is going out for the people who love me, who see me going through the press despite all the ugly. But all my times where I doubt myself, my self-esteem is clouded by delusions, and my love for more take life from me. But it's just about that, and it's real deep. It's for anyone that's like ever lost someone from suicide. So it's a touchy subject. It's a little taboo.
No, I'm actually really interested.
Yeah.
I've had several friends. I struggle with the mental health a little bit myself, and I got a lot of friends that do. So I mean, I actually enjoy that music and the thought provoking. Like a lot of your stuff, I listened to the song more than once or twice to try to really hear what you were putting down. I like that you have the thought and kind of I don't know, man. I feel like you want somebody to analyze your music a little bit.
I be doing it. I be like the way I organize Hell of a Life. I'd be like, okay, let's see if they catch on to the little intricacies of the album and stuff like that. Because that took some time to like break down how I'm gonna track layout, sequencing, storytelling, perspective. Even with the narrator being on the album,
That was another thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know who you had as the narrator, but bro killed it.
my boy T Hood, he was the host of the Hell of a Fest,
Okay.
and I wanted him to host it in that exact voice.
He
did
That's what's
He
up.
did it in that exact voice.
That voice was good for
Yeah.
for the track, bro.
Sure.
I love the way that he was just in there kind of narrating the music. That shit was fire.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Ember's text is about, basically mental health stuff. Overall, it's really about like mental health, suicide prevention, all that stuff. That's real heavy in my generation. So the main thing that Hell of Life is about my generation and in this city and what is going down, the stuff that people don't talk about. So
Oh yeah. No.
that's one of them. So I just wanted to slap that on.
The mental health, the drugs, all that shit is heavy as hell in Omaha, man. And,
Yeah. And it's on the ending half of it, where the ending half is about it's about the real shit that goes on, stuff that people don't talk about. But I want to put it in a perspective that's a little light. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other than the first half, where it's about the cockiness, the arrogance, all the stuff you see in front of you, the drugs, the fun times, the parties, all that stuff, but it's written a little nocturnal. So
Yeah. No. And again, dude, I love the way that the artists we have had come through here use their art, use their albums to tell stories, and like you did a great job with Hell of a Life.
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
So it has been cool to like watch the progression. We're 3 months behind here. I wanted to talk to you then, but I had like loaded up my schedule.
It's funny. I seen your text like around November, and I noticed it for like a quick second. But at that time, I was booking Hell of a Fest, so I'm busy as hell.
Yeah.
Like, so I seen it, I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna get back to that. I didn't get back to it, and then I'm looking through my messages. I'm like, what's this? And I scrolled up. I looked at the date. I said, oh, you want to do a party? I said, what day was that? I said, oh, damn. I said, I had to hit him back. I said, no, we got to get something scheduled immediately.
Yeah, no, and it's all right, man. We've had some time for people to absorb it. Gave me time to listen. You know what I mean, and really check it out. So it's
For sure.
it is good work structuring and with your vision, dude. It is beautiful. Like really.
Yeah, that's what's fucking hard to make albums, man. It's not easy.
Well, look, man. I'm a basic ass. Like when it comes to that, I'm like, hey, I got a website. Now what? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and y'all be structuring albums around whole thoughts, and it's dope.
Yeah,
It
thank you.
really is. I enjoy the vision. So you got a show coming up here, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah. For sure, the sneaker soiree, and that'll be March 15th. This is the 5th annual sneaker soiree. So I don't know if I'm
The
being honest.
sneaker soiree.
What's a
All right.
soiree?
I didn't know what it was when I first seen it. I was like, what the hell is that?
I'm
And then
old as hell. What's a soiree?
it's like a fancy party, basically, and like you just wear tuxedo, something nice, and
See,
then
hillbillies like me ain't allowed to that shit.
now I wasn't hip to it. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, what's a soiree? I walked in there with I just knew what sneakers were, man. I know what shoes are. So he told me to wear something nice.
Right.
So I got some nice kicks on, wearing a cool little fit. And the DJ, shouts out to DJ Jicky. That's my guy. He's the host of Streets A&R. He pulled me out to the side and said, "Where the suit at?" I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Suit." And I looked around and said, "Everyone's wearing suits." I said, "Oh no!" And then he was like, "That's what a soiree is." He said, "You know what a soiree is?" I said, "No." It's like, bro, you're cool. You can kick it here. It doesn't matter. We ain't tripping over that. But he said, "Yeah, but you gotta get hit to soiree."
Next year, my guy.
Yeah, it was like, okay, cool. Like I was just at a soiree at the Skate Fest soiree and the Jocelyn Art Castle. So
Okay,
Nice.
yeah, I mean, so I kind
Yeah.
of suited up for that. I knew what a soiree was then. So
that's what's up.
yeah, but that's basically what that is. I just same boat as me. I'm just now learning.
Yeah. So the sneaker soiree is when,
March 15th.
and where's that at?
At the Holland Center.
At the Holland Center. Okay.
Yeah, Omaha Performing Arts will be with it and everything. So, yeah, I mean, catch Light Pole, Chuck Indigo, Tim Gent or Gant. I forgot how to say his name, but yeah, it's gonna be a real big show. Real big event. It's gonna be my first show of the year
All right.
since the Jocelyn show.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's dope.
Sweet.
That's dope. We may have to try to get out to that,
yeah.
especially at the Jocelyn. Man, I ain't dressed up in a long time.
No, it's at the Holland.
Oh, it's at the Hall. Okay, yeah,
Holland,
Holland. Yeah.
downtown.
But either way, I ain't dressed up in a minute.
Right.
Yeah. It'd be nice. It's a cool little event. They serve food, everything. It's like a real fancy event, but you got artists performing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No,
they got a
that
little vision what they show.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's we all about the visions. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Trying to
Definitely, yeah.
supporting where people trying to go with things, and
In the Omaha scene, they're doing great with it when it
Yeah.
comes to like pulling up shows. Shouts out to Justin Strawstone. He did the Glizzy Fest.
yeah,
That's
we're,
a funny name, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get it. I get
We're
where he's
there.
going with that. I
We're
get
gonna
it.
be there.
That's
yeah,
nice.
I mean, yeah, and I have made my fun with Justin. You know, I had some donuts and like some sausage corn dogs the other day, and told him the kids was preparing for Glizzy Fest and stuff. You know, just been having fun with it. You know, and
Top tier guy right there, man.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
one of the best promoters here, man. I always tell him that.
And I
Top
think-
3.
I think it's going to be a hell of a show too. I
Yeah.
mean, 2 days and hell of a lineup.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited for that for sure. I know I might even bring the kids around a little bit since it's an all ages deal. So
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I like what he's doing over there for sure.
yeah,
Especially with him and King Iso with the Project Be Well.
Be well.
Nice.
yeah, that's dope. Shout out Be Well.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out Be
Got the Be
Well.
well corner over here.
Yeah, I see it. Shouts
See-
out to Doc and Taylor.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything exciting coming up here in the future? I mean,
Other than that music video, that's
yeah,
yeah. Other than that,
we got a
we're
video.
working on
Yeah,
some stuff with Dewey. Shout out to Dewey.
shout out Dewey.
Yeah, that's
I haven't
like
met
the
that
main
man
guy.
yet, but I'll
Yeah,
get to him someday. He
Yeah.
does
He's
great work.
Got his hand in a lot of stuff.
yeah, man. That's my main. Well, that's my only videographer. So if I'm doing music videos for Dewey,
You're not the only one to see that.
yeah,
Yeah. So shout out Dewey Cox.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, sweet man. If you got anything else you want to throw out there,
Nothing as
shout
of
outs,
yet
any-
other than, watch out for Last Man Standing. I will say that.
Okay.
yeah. What's up? Oh yeah, what socials?
Oh man,
Yeah,
IG,
yeah,
yeah, Eddie North, EDDIE_. That's where I mainly be at. But Snapchat, the Eddie North, Facebook, Eddie North. It's quite easy. I'll be there. You'll see it.
Yeah, and you were easy to find on YouTube and all
Yeah.
that stuff too.
Yeah,
so
and
Miss,
subscribe to my YouTube and
I
subscribe
can
to
find
this
you.
YouTube too.
yeah, we appreciate that. But
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
nope. We'll check you out, and we'll have to get down here to the sneaker soiree.
Yeah, man. If you got any nice kicks, man.
I'm gonna have to. I don't. I'm gonna have
If
to.
you got a fancy
Look, I
suit,
got a pair of Timberlands from like 2004 that are fresh, but that's about as no
That
sneakers
works.
though.
The thing is, a fancy suit with. I mean, you don't have to wear a suit if you're not suited and booted. It's cool.
Yeah.
But if you got nice kicks, go for it.
Yeah.
Go all out with either or.
I was never
Show up
really.
in a
I was.
tracksuit.
I used to have like a dozen different pairs of Timbs, but I was never really a sneaker guy.
No,
No, it was just Timberlands. I had
I was heavy in the sneakers, man. I used to steal my brother's shoes all the
My
time.
dude don't got feet though. He got snow shovels.
I do got some big ass feet. It's hard to find shoes.
What size?
16,
I don't know. I was 12.
and it's like a wide too. So it's, yeah,
It's gonna be hard to order.
you got like 2 shoes together.
Hey, this dude here, like, hey, I got some new shoes. He pulls out 4 boxes. I'm like, You got new shoes? Yeah, I got 4 pair. I was like, why? He's like, because I can't find
Yeah,
my
because
size.
they
I
fit.
buy 'em.
I gotta buy. If I find a shoe that fits, I'll just buy like 3 or 4 pairs and then put them up in the closet.
There you go.
You
Yeah,
can't find them, bro.
yeah. Otherwise, I can't buy them online like that. It just don't work for me.
Man, we welcome anybody to come to the show. It don't matter, man. Just enjoy the show, have fun. You know what I mean? Shout
Yeah.
out to DJ Jicky for hosting that, man.
Mm.
For sure, for sure.
Heck yeah.
March 15th, the sneaker soiree.
Oh yeah, and there was another thing that I did. The Knob Ties, the new article that just came out for Omaha, where they'll be debuting not debuting, but they'll shine spotlight on all the artists that are here. So I was the first artist to be on that, and Drayon was the cover. I don't know if you know who Drayon is. He was on The Voice.
Okay,
He's under Snoop Dogg right now. He's from here.
Oh.
Went to daycare with that guy. Good dude.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so Omaha dude.
We recently had an award show here in Omaha,
Mhm.
and I didn't actually know it was a thing until this year. Like I hadn't heard of it until
I knew 2 years ago. I'm just now kind of finding out.
yeah.
19
You
years.
you nominated in anything in that at all?
Yeah, I was nominated for the Best New Artist of the Year. I think
Okay.
so.
Okay.
Shouts out to Madeline Retto, who just won that, though.
Yeah. Shout.
They
Yeah.
did her thing, man.
No, I didn't. I saw there was some controversy and just people. I hadn't really heard of it before this year, so it's
Yeah, there's a little bit. Still up to the debate, like if they're really tapped in with like the music scene, like goes on here.
yeah.
Like how out there they are. Or
Yeah.
like how well aware. But that's pretty much it. Shouts out to Jay Crump for winning Best Hip Hop too.
Shout out Jay
He's a
Crom.
hard worker.
Yeah.
So,
No, I'm not downplaying anybody that got awards or anything. I'm just saying I know there was some. Yeah.
you're there for a reason. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and everybody's got a little pride in it. And,
Right.
if you ain't getting the award, you might have something to say. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, push all that to
understand
the
all
side.
that. Yeah,
Pride don't exist where if you're trying to win. You
Yeah.
gotta know how to wait.
for sure. For sure. I mean, and it's, you'll get your some,
Yeah, and it's not the end of the world. Like,
No.
it'll be fine. You
Yeah,
got
it's an old-
next year to create. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
And creating Omaha will do for
Yeah.
sure. So right on. Well, we got some pizza upstairs on the smoker. We'll get our lunch on, huh?
Big bet, man.
All right, man. Thanks for coming.
Thanks
We
for coming,
appreciate
man.
your time.
Run it.
Shouts out to y'all.
Come and jump in the ride.